Apologies for being a little bit tardy, but we will get going. I want to welcome everybody to the special council meeting of Stratford Town Council to consider an application for rezoning, and I think that's the only thing on the agenda. So with that, I will acknowledge that the land upon which we gather is the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq, and we pay our respects to the Indigenous Mi'kmaq people of this territory, past, present, and future. I'd like to welcome everyone, thank everyone for coming. I understand this is being streamed online as well, so welcome Councillor McDonald. You're joining us by Zoom. Nice to see you. Okay, so we'll get on with the agenda. Next item is declaration of conflict of interest. Is there anyone around the table who has a conflict on any of the items that we're going to be considering here tonight? If not, we'll move on to the minutes of the public meeting held on January 3rd, 2024. The public meeting verbatim minutes, and they haven't yet been approved by council. So I'd ask you to, if you've had a chance to look at those minutes. And is there any errors, omissions, or changes that are required to those minutes? If not, I'll ask for a motion for approval of those minutes.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Second? Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Jackson. Okay, we'll now move to business arising from those minutes. Anything within those minutes that we're not going to be covering tonight. I guess that's the subject. The minutes are of the public meeting to consider this rezoning, so we'll be hopefully covering everything in those minutes tonight. If not, we'll move to item number 6, planning, development, and heritage. And I'll ask Councillor Jeff McDonald, who chairs the Planning, Development, Heritage Committee, to give his report.
So, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for accommodating the Zoom request. I am quite under the weather, so if I drop into coughing, please bear with me, and hopefully the recording can pick me up just fine. So we have convened our council today to discuss what would normally be in the ordinary course, a resolution for special permit use, but because of the timelines facing particular business and the applicant, and to be quite honest with you, through no fault of their own, it was a situation in which the town had noticed that for prior uses in that Mason core area, that the process has been followed, so we're looking to rectify that now. And so we are requiring the applicant to undergo this application for the special permit use. So that's what brings us here today, and somewhat outside of the ordinary course. And we have a resolution. Now, prior to discussing and reading into the resolution, I do note that this resolution bears the recommendation of the Planning, Development, Heritage Committee obtained via an email poll conducted January 18th to the 22nd, 2024. So that has been done by email. I, as chair of the Planning and Heritage Board, I did not actually vote on that unless there was a tie. So I actually wasn't going to be sure what the result was until I got the planning package back. So with all of that in mind, I will now rename the resolution for our discussion. So it's resolution PH001-2024, DP206-23, from 881-8223 Canada Incorporated, doing business as Just Joe's Automotive, located at 240 Mason Road, PEI 819235, which is a special permit use, activities connected with the automobile trade other than the scrap yard. It's moved by myself, and it reads as follows: whereas an application has been received from 881-223 Canada Incorporated, Just Joe's Automotive, to move on to 240 Mason Road, PID 819235. This new business is a change of use of the property and falls under the special permit use code, activities connected with the automobile trade other than the scrap yard in the Mason Road commercial zone. And whereas the property is located within the Mason Road core area and must be designed in accordance with the provisions of the MRC zone, Appendix F, for area design standards, the Mason Road core area. Whereas pursuant to section 11.1.4 sub B sub IV within the town of Stratford zoning development bylaw, prior to the issuance of a development permit for special permit use, council shall ensure that property owners within 61 meters of this or 200 feet of the subject property are notified in writing and asked to provide their comments, and ensure that a public meeting be held to allow residents to provide their input before making a decision. Whereas on December the 18th, 2023, 5 notification letters were sent to property owners within that boundary of the lot, and a public meeting was held on January 3rd, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. in the Stratford Town Center. It was also live streamed on Facebook and YouTube. The public were given until noontime on January 12th, 2024 to provide comments on the proposed special permit use. One written response was received prior to the public meeting expressing concerns about the previous upkeep of the property. 2 written responses were received before the January 12th night, from attendees of the public meeting expressing support of the proposed development. Be it resolved, the council shall grant approval to an application received from 881-8223 Canada Incorporated, doing business as just road to operate a special permit use, which is activities connected to the automobile trade other than the scrapyard. At 240 Mason Road, PEI 819235, subject to the following conditions. 1. All development must be in accordance with the approved plans. Any proposed changes or revisions shall receive the approval of the town planning department. This permit is subject to a development agreement. A signed copy of the agreement must be registered on title. 3. A site plan must be submitted showing the location and dimensions of the parking areas and spaces, loading spaces, escape areas, internal vehicle circulation patterns, and any outdoor storage areas. 4. All development on this property must conform to the Mason Road core area design standards under the zoning bylaw. And 5. This permit does not include any signage on the property. Separate applications for signage are required. This resolution bears the recommendation of the Planning, Development, and Heritage Committee obtained via an email poll conducted between January 18th and January 22nd, 2024.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder? I think Councillor Jackson got there first. Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconded by Councillor Jackson, for approval of the rezoning. Or change of use, sorry. Any discussion? Anything anyone would like to add to the information, or no?
If I might, I just would like to state that as I was chair of the public meeting on January 3rd, it was a packed house, and it was overwhelmingly in support of the applicant. It does appear, based upon the intentions of the applicant, that they're going to be an excellent tenant in the Mason Road area and should assist in developing the property in such a way that is really going to be an attractive gateway into the town coming from the eastern Queenstown area. So certainly I would be in support of the application, and really I do think it's important to note that this applicant has really done everything that they should be doing to try to get this moved ahead as fast as they can. And so certainly I do appreciate my fellow councils for convening and trying to help people do the right thing when they're trying to do the right thing by them.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? Any other comments? If not, I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Those against? Motion carried. Okay, any proclamations? No?
Nope.
Okay, I guess that's it. Any other business? No? Okay. That's a short meeting. We'll call for a motion for adjournment. So moved? Thank you. We're now adjourned. Thank you.